Hi, I'm Holly Gillespie, creator of Squeeze Hands, the emotion soother. Have you ever had one of those days, month, or maybe even a whole year where it felt like everything you did, everything you tried just didn't work? It's just like one thing after another just fell through. You just feel like you're hitting yourself up against a brick wall, or you're just keep running into one. And then all the while you watch these people around you it just seems like everything happens smoothly, effortlessly. They just touch something and it turns to gold. I know I've had, and you're not alone if you feel that way. I want to read you a quote. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. Do you know who said that? Michael Jordan. I mean, can you imagine the pressure of millions of people on you, with the eyes of a million people on you, and them expecting you to take the game-winning shot, and you fail, you miss, or it's an air ball, or a worse, doesn't even make it to the rim. So what do you do? What do you do when you're in that place where it just feels like nothing goes right? I had one of these days a few weeks ago when a big project that I was working on for over a year, I needed certain accreditations, and some of them had come through and one of them didn't. And it was kind of the crowning blow. It meant that this product couldn't go to market until I got that approval. So I was going to have to go back to the drawing board. And luckily, between Squeeze Hands and the fact that I constantly work on thought lifts, which is thinking about a better feeling thought, thinking of all the good stuff in my life, all the stuff that is going right. I have these habits, and it kept me from staying in that funk for very long. But while I called a good friend that is very successful, has successful businesses, and is now retired. And I called him and I said, it seemed like nothing you ever did failed in the 20 plus years that I've known you. And he just laughed. He's like, are you kidding me? And he said, I just reframed it. He said, I came at it from a different way. I reframed the project so that maybe I needed to pick a new audience, or maybe I needed a new way of thinking about it. And that's what all the successful people do that I have interviewed and read about, is that they take their failures and they reframe them. They look at them as opportunities. Taking Olympic athletes, what they do is they watch their films. Can you imagine being in a major race and then having to watch that film over and over and over again, and watch you lose a national championship or some major race? But that's what they do. They watch them and they look for what happened, what went wrong, so that they can make it better, so they can fix it. And then they visualize and they mentally prepare to change that thing. So what I wanted to do is give you 6 steps for what you can do whenever you're feeling like a failure, whenever you're feeling like nothing you do is working. So the first step is to feel what you feel. I talk a lot about finding a better feeling thought, and to not stay in a funky place and let the negative thoughts run around your brain over and over. But that doesn't mean you can't feel whatever it is you're feeling. It's really important. And it's one of the reasons I created Squeeze Hands, because I always had a really hard time just sitting and feeling what I was feeling. I really wanted to do something about it. And Squeeze Hands allows you to do that. It allows you just to sit with whatever you're feeling and squeeze your hands gently back and forth. And those feelings, the stress, the anxiety of it will just start melting away. You'll be able to breathe and think more clearly, because what happens is when you're feeling bad, it's just thoughts, it's just neural pathways getting blocked. And Squeeze Hands allows those motions. It mimics your body's natural processing ability and allows those motions to move through your brain. The second is to replay whatever it is that you failed at. If it was a conversation with your boss that didn't go the way you wanted, replay that in your head. And the key is that you replay it from a place of non-judgment. You replay it from a place of learning and saying, okay, what can I do better? What can I do next time? And then once you replay that and you see, be sure you write down all the different things that you could do differently, that you could have done differently. And then after you do that, then you get to start the visualization process. And we talk a lot about that here. And I have created a page for that. There'll be a link in the notes below for you to go to check out visualization. There's a lot of great resources out there. And one of my resources is connecting to a neuroscientist that teaches visualization. But do it at least twice a day, when you first wake up in the morning and when you go to bed at night. And feel, not only think about how you want the outcome to be, but really feel it. Have the experience that that's already happening. That whatever, that raise that you wanted from your boss, what does that feel like that you got the raise? What does it feel like when you're doing your job and you're getting paid more? And so, and what does it feel like to have the respect and appreciation from your boss? So the feeling is a really important part of the process. And when you're practicing visualization, it allows you the opportunity to get clearer about what it is you really do want, because you have to feel. Instead of thinking that earning $20 more an hour is going to make you happy, you get to feel, what is it that you really want? Is it that you want to be happy? Or do you really want more money to be able to do whatever those things are? Or is it something totally different? And what you really want is just a nicer car. And maybe there's other ways to get that nicer car. And so it helps you to gain clarity about what it is you want. And then when you start visualizing, what will happen is the next steps for you to take, the next actions for you to take will come more clear. And if you don't get an idea of what those steps are, just wait. Don't feel like you have to be doing something. You have to be doing something. You have to be doing something, because that can just lead to you spinning your wheels and going round and round and round. Have you ever felt that? I mean, that's what we do sometimes, right? We just, and then finally we get exhausted and go, oh my God, I did nothing. And nobody wants to feel that way. So make sure, and it doesn't mean sit around on the couch and eat bonbons, but that it's about visualizing and meditating and quietening your brain. And if nothing inspiring comes to you, then what's the next logical step that you could do that doesn't feel like there's a lot of force behind it, but just feels like the next step that you want to do or makes sense to you? What is that step? And do that step. Most of all, when you feel like a failure, take good care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Find a group of supportive friends. Do not hang around people who do not want you to succeed and are going to just sit and blame everybody else in the world for why something didn't work. Look for a supportive group that believes in you and holds you accountable for your actions, but is supportive and understands what you're going through. We have that group on in our Facebook communities at Squeeze Hands in Facebook. And then I am also a life repatterning coach. So if you'd like some one-on-one support, please email me at hello@squeezehands.com. And I hope you will join us on our Facebook page every Monday and Thursday, where I give you more tips and tricks to help with your anxiety. And we sit and we meditate together. It's a really nice community, and it's a really nice way to kind of slowly get into meditation and find that quiet space so that you can get clear direction as to your next steps. Thank you so much for joining us. Please go to squeezehands.com if you have any more questions. And in the comments below, share with us, what's the one thing that hasn't worked in your life lately? Let's talk about these failures. Let's not feel shame about them. Just share them. We have all failed. We will all continue to fail numerous times. Let's talk about them. This is a safe place to do it. And it's good that you failed, because it means that you're out there doing something. You're not still crawling around on the floor. You are trying to stand up on 2 feet. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.